With that, the gentleman from Utah is recognized for his 5 minutes.
I assure the chairman I will be punctual. Thank the chairman. To both the ATF and DEA, I can't thank the men and women enough who are on the front lines doing the hard, difficult work through their lives in jeopardy on a regular basis. And I hope you both carry that back, and they know how much people root for them, care for them, and are concerned about them. We also in Congress have to be concerned about the expenditures and making sure that we're giving proper oversight. Mr. Rosenberg, I want to talk about the confidential informant policy. It's been a source of a scathing review by the Inspector General's office, how that's being executed. There was a supplement to that as well. You have a confidential informant policy in place, correct?
Which now meets the Attorney General's guidelines, yes, sir.
And we have been trying in the Oversight and Government Reform Committee, as well as Senator Grassley in the Senate Judiciary Committee, to get a copy of this, this policy. Why won't you give it to us?
Well, 2 things, sir. One is I believe we've made it available to you and to Senator Grassley's staff for in-camera review, if I'm not mistaken. In terms of just providing it, that goes back to Department of Justice policy, by which I am constrained.
You testified on June 22nd of 2016. You said to Senator Grassley in a Senate hearing regarding this policy, quote, "It has been finalized. It's been approved by the department. I'm more than happy to provide a copy to this committee and to your staff, sir," end quote. Yet you didn't do that. Who is prohibiting you from giving that copy to Congress? Well, I see a huge difference between an in-camera review and actually providing it to the Congress.
And I respectfully don't see a huge difference. I understand your point. We've made it available for in-camera review. And
that's true, by the way. That's my understanding of it as well. But I just don't understand what you believe Congress has the right to have and not have the right to have. You freely give it to the Inspector General, but you won't give it to the United States Congress.
Well, and while I don't see a big difference, I understand your point. Nevertheless, I am constrained by the Department of Justice.
Who at the Department of Justice is telling you this?
The name of the person? I don't know, sir.
You give me that name?
I'll ask the Department of Justice if I can give you that name. I will give you...
No. Come on. That's silly season here.
No, I don't think it's...
I want to know specifically because there's hundreds of thousands of people involved here. I need a name. Can you give that to me by the end of the week?
I will ask.
No. I'm asking you to give me the name of the person who is denying access to this. Here's what I'm forced to do. We have a hearing next door in the Oversight Committee as well with your deputy, both of your deputies.
Yes.
We are issuing a subpoena.
Okay.
And so I see no one's been trying to do this. Senator Grassley's been trying to do this. I've been trying to do this. Department of Justice doesn't get to hide things from the United States Congress. And there is a huge difference between an in-camera review, no notes, people looking over your shoulder. You can't, members of Congress have a very difficult time accessing that information. And if we're going to provide proper access, it seems like we should be able to review this, especially in light of hundreds of millions of dollars over the course of a year going out the door. The Inspector General giving you all a quote-unquote gentleman's C, as he called it, to grade how this is done. We've had massive problems with people misusing money and assets, and so I'm left with no choice. I've issued you a subpoena.
Okay.
We expect you to comply with that subpoena. I wish I didn't have to do that.
No, I understand.
But I want to have a further discussion, and I need names as to who's holding us back at the Department of Justice.
I can promise you 2 things. I will look at the subpoena carefully, and I will have a further discussion with you.
Fair enough. Mr. Chairman, I have plenty of time on the clock, but I'm happy to yield back.
Gentleman shockingly yields back with 33 seconds left.